All right, we're here with Arthur Ridley. Is that correct? Oh, yes, absolutely. He's a COMEX investor. He's one of the main representatives of a large banking institution that will remain unnamed that moves metals and determines the price of precious metals on a daily basis. So Arthur, I'm sure my subscribers would have a couple of questions for you. The main question is, we somewhat understand how you guys set the price of metals with the buys and the sell orders, and you find that balanced middle ground, but how do you actually determine the price of precious metals? Like, what is the starting point?
Excellent question, excellent. You see, what we do in the morning is we get up, and we, as we're having coffee here, you know, where I am, we'd have some tea, perhaps, and what I like to do is, I do the crossword puzzle first, and while I'm doing the crossword puzzle, I like to think to myself, you know, what would the price of silver be if today, if I wanted it? And I don't usually base it on any scientific reason or anything like that. What we do is, me and a couple of chaps, we talk about it. I call the LBMA, they talk about it. We're on the phone, and usually we're not even talking about gold or silver on the phone. We're talking about, you know, you want to go play golf tomorrow? What would you like to do with your vacation time? And then we get around to it, we say, you know, how about we say the price is $17.83 an ounce for silver today? A couple of the chaps say, yeah, that's a good idea, let's just do that. You see, most of the time is spent trying to actually suppress, most of the time we're trying to get a balance point. You see, we're trying to get the metals to be in cooperation with the world economy. We have to keep a point where the free market determines the valuation of these precious metals. Is that clear? Do you understand that?
You kind of caught yourself there. Were you saying something about suppress?
Oh, no. You see, that's a common theory, is that we're trying to keep the metals prices lower to prop up the currencies that are in the market, the foreign currency exchanges, the US dollar, the euro, the pound. We're not trying to do any of that, you see. Not any of that, no. That's never going to happen, you see. Metals are their own animal. They're doing their own thing.
Oh, understood. Tell us a little bit about your background. Where are you originally from? I mean, I hear a British accent, but if that's what that is, it might be something entirely different. Where is it you'd say you were from? You know, where were you born? How did you grow? How did you get into this occupation?
That's a very good question, very good. You see, I was born in an alleyway in Las Vegas, Nevada. You know, I was born next to a casino where a lot of gambling would take place, so I have a natural inclination towards numbers and risk. While I was raised, I grew up around the craps tables and blackjack, things like that. But I didn't actually have a British accent at the time. It's something that I had to develop over time in order to become more, reputable. You see, no one's going to take an American's accent seriously when you're talking about commodities and exchange. As soon as I adopted a British accent, I immediately had more credibility with my, let's say, field of expertise, gambling. So now here I am, doing what it is that I do, and I'm very happy about it.
So you're not actually from England?
Yeah, no, I'm Las Vegas, Nevada is where I was born. I do spend quite a bit of time in England now.
Understood. Lately, we've seen a spike in the silver price after the Fed decision to raise interest rates. Can you explain that a little bit?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Many people are mistaken on how the interest rate works and why silver prices and gold prices did what they did. You see, I don't know if you're familiar with, there's a gentleman by the name of Salivate Metal. He came out with a coin recently called the Multitude of Fortitude. It's 1.75 ounces of thick, pure 999 silver. You see, this coin is too thick. It's too large. It contains so much silver, it actually had ramifications upon the silver market. as the orders came in to a place called Quality Silver Bullion, the demand on the silver contracts started to explode. You see, they had to be able to put this extra silver into these coins. It immediately rippled across the spectrum of the precious metals market and drove the price of silver up by a measurable percentage. Now, this is just a little common YouTuber who's having a coin minted with some cats upon it. And there we have it. The price of silver drove upwards dramatically. You compare that in conjunction with another YouTube man. His name is, well, here he is, I'm talking to him, the Junius Maltby channel. Your coin also created demand on the silver market. You look at these other YouTubers, which are actually becoming a plague upon the metals market. Mr. Zeke, pouring silver bars on a daily basis. Where are they getting this physical silver from? It's driving us mad.
Let me interrupt you right there. So you're saying that the YouTube community is creating some type of a demand or a consumption on the physical metals markets by purchasing, stacking, and pouring silver?
Yes, exactly. You see, prior to the explosion of the internet and the YouTube, we never anticipated a global response and awakening to precious metals. As that's happening, as more and more people are finding out about these metals, it's becoming much more difficult to control the physical supply and keep it from falling into the hands of the common people. You see, we don't want physical silver and gold out there. We want paper contracts. We want people to invest in paper contracts. We don't want to have to relinquish the actual physical metal. It's very difficult to provide it because, you see, sometimes the physical metal just isn't there.
Okay, now that's where I want to get to. So you're saying, okay, I've actually thought that before, but I just never heard anyone say it quite like that. Let's get back to the YouTube channel community, pouring, stacking, having coins minted. Explain that again. I think my viewers are going to find that very interesting. Yes, absolutely. Again, I'll summarize it like this. You see, the YouTube community is growing, and in growing, there's many of them that call themselves stackers. Some of them pour silver, some of them have coins minted, others fashion little figurines out of silver, and what it's doing is it's drawing and pulling silver out of the market of which banks can control it. And this is quite a problem, especially for people like me, because I then have to somehow supplement my investors and confidence, and it doesn't work. You see, it's not the type of economic model that we are trained to handle, if that makes sense. Training. It's definitely a training shortage there. Well, Arthur, I appreciate your time. I definitely appreciate it. I think my viewers are going to find you quite interesting. We might have to have you on the show more often. I don't know. We don't typically do these types of things, these types of interviews, but you know, it's morning coffee with a COMEX guy like yourself. I'm glad you could stop by. I could show you to the door, and maybe next time get back together. Hope you enjoyed the coffee.
Oh yes, quite dark for me. Next time I'd like a spot of cream, perhaps a little bit of sugar, stir it up, if you wouldn't mind.
No problem. Next time, cream sugar. And my bad, I forgot. All right, have a good day, and if you want to say any last words to the viewers, go for it.
Yes. Arthur Ridley here, just like to bid all of you top of the day and good day to all of you then.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.